It's a brutal era of endless war, providing the chosen tallyman of Nurgle, Epidemius, countless opportunities to spread, observe, and catalog the Plague Lord's myriad glorious diseases.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Epidemius campaign, and I'm happy to say I'm a lot more awake this evening than I was last time, so yeah, I've got no excuses to if I make any serious screw-ups in this campaign. So anyway, where we left off at the end of the last episode, we actually landed down here. I'm actually going to, next turn, raid Varg Camp, even though Throgg is not our enemy. I don't know why I do this. I know functionally there's probably very little value to this, but I kind of like using these mission objectives over here. It's just sort of a thematic guide to playing through the campaign. It's sort of like, you know, it's not hard to stretch our imaginations to think of why, you know, we might want to do something like this. You know, maybe it's a personal grudge by Bilgefoot against, you know, a village or a person in a village up here in this part of Norsca or something like that. But anyway, so we're gonna, you know, we're gonna deviate a little bit from what is strictly, you know, the optimal way to play, you know, this campaign or any campaign. I do this sort of thing a lot, you know, just to sort of, you know, play into the flavor of a campaign. So anyway, so that being said, we are going to raid right here next turn. Throgg is not going to like it, but I'm not too terribly worried that Throgg is going to declare war on us. He's kind of weak right now, I think. He's not been faring well in his wars against this guy. This guy's our main enemy for the time being. This is the real reason why we're down here in Norsca, is because we want to wipe out Malachi. When we do that, if presuming we do that, we should be close to finishing the short campaign victory. Now, we do need like 11 more raising or sacking of settlements, so we won't quite be there yet unless we figure out a way to do something 11 times here before they get wiped out. But anyway, if Throgg ends up declaring war on us before that happens, then, you know, so much for the better. You know, at this point, I'm kind of an equal opportunity warmonger, let's say, because we feel pretty strong, pretty powerful. This campaign has been pretty smooth sailing for the most part. We have consistently been going up against factions that are considered stronger than we are, and yet the fact that we've been able to fight them one at a time means we really haven't struggled all that much. There's been a couple of interesting moments. There was the invasion by Archaon deep into our territory that we ended up having to preemptively declare war on him and attack him. Valkia did kind of something kind of similar over here as well. I don't remember exactly how far into our empire she got, but she never did declare war on us. She then turned around and headed west and went to fight Malekith, and we ended up declaring war on her as well. So there were a couple of kind of exciting moments, but overall, this has been almost the exact opposite of the Emperor Karl Franz campaign, which was just relentlessly stressful from the very beginning. And this one has been, you know, just kind of smooth sailing, like I said. All right, anyway, enough said about all that. Let's go ahead and get on with the action here. Now, I did notice right before I started recording here that Bilgefoot does not have the trait. For some reason, I'm forgetting the name of the trait at the moment, but the one that gives us extra movement, campaign movement range, due to having spent multiple turns in March stance. So I'm going to put him in March stance just because I want to try to get that trait for him if at all possible. It's random, I presume, when exactly it's going to give it to you, but I know you have to be in March stance multiple turns. Anyway, this is fine. He actually has a little bit of movement range left if we do it, but I don't want to move him into an area where he's going to suffer attrition. I think he's safe enough to be in march stance right here. I don't think there's anything that could possibly happen to him. So then I believe that might be the last thing we need to do from an army standpoint. Pan the Infectious is going to stay here just in case war does break out on our western front. And then we have another army over here just to, well, there's going to be a rebellion, which we're going to try to take care of. And then just in case war breaks out on our eastern front, we're going to keep this army over here as well, I think. And then, other than all that, I never did figure out why I wasn't able to establish a cult here. Doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense to me. Could I establish a cult here if I wanted to? No, I can't establish cults anywhere. And I don't know why. Oh, that's why, because he's exhausted. This hero must rest following the establishment of a cult. Oh, okay. I had no idea that there's a 10-turn runoff. Oh, it's by hero. It's no longer a faction-wide thing like it is for the Skaven. Oh, okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay, so anyway, I'm glad we got that figured out. Like I said, we've got the Rebellion here. We've got a cult upgrade that we're not going to do. I'm going to assume I already checked my diplomacy. Blessing of Nurgle, chance of the plague spreading. Did I not do that? But I have to target an army for it, and I guess I don't have an army. I do have an army at a location where there is a plague. 1 turn remaining for that. Festering Ears, only 1 turn remaining there. It's probably not the ideal place to do that manifestation. It does last for 3 turns. Epidemius, where are you? You're here. There's no plague here. Is it for the whole province? Or yeah, local province. So we could do it here, like I could do it at Pan the Infectious, and that could... May as well do it. Let's target Pan the Infectious. He's going to stay there. We've got 7 turns of flaccid skin here. Doesn't that sound just lovely? Alright, yep, let's go ahead and do it. So we're going to hope that it causes this plague here to spread. And because of that, I'm actually also going to change this. It won't kick in until next turn, but that's fine. We just want the... It's not even a good plague to spread between settlements, but we want to try to spread our plagues far and wide. And I think that being done, let's go ahead and end our turn. Right after I check this. Faction... sorry, the research rate's plus 35, which is very nice. Got Urfather's Boon, which is quite nice. But this is just for the faction leader. 2 more uses for Tallyman's Blade. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and end our turn and see if anything happens. Give me a chance to drink some water here. Don't even need coffee tonight because I'm wide awake. Now, I can't see what's in these armies of the Chaos Dwarfs, but we are in that mid to late game situation where the Chaos Dwarfs are probably incredibly strong at this point. Their armies. Alright, so Malachi... not moving aggressively towards us, but that does mean he's got everything kind of in our way once we get close to invading him. Valkia, now that we have a peace treaty with her, I still need to keep an eye on her because she doesn't like us and we very well could be back at war again soon. We've got all the wood elves that are the endgame crisis. Okay, Throgg did not declare war on us. Anyway, those endgame crisis wood elves are going to be a concern at some point, except, you know, up here where we started out, there are no wood elves anywhere near us, so we've been able to pretty much ignore that endgame crisis. Got Wolfric possibly going to threaten Malachi. That's good. That works for us. Okay, fairly uneventful end turn. We've got our Magakin have been droning the same bone chilling. I wish they had more of these. That we kind of keep getting the same ones over and over again in campaign after campaign. Recruitment calls for great unclean one units, all armies. The thing is, I don't necessarily want another plague-ridden that is random. I'd rather start recruiting them of, you know, the type that we choose with the traits that we choose. So I'm actually going to take a him to decay. And we might be close to being able to recruit some of those. Confederation between Reichland and Hokeland, that's fine. Settlement receives plague, Bilious Cliffs. That's a good one. Okay, we'll take it. Tech research. Okay, this is good. This is leadership and melee defense buff for Cav, Chariots, and War Beasts. Very good. Infernius got a plague. That's a good one. Okay, we'll take it. Black Rock. We'll take it. Okay. This is a pretty good end turn overall for us. Alright, so Arbal also declared war on Hokeland and on Ostland, whatever. And we got our population surplus, which means we might finally be able to do the Mightiest Fortress. Nope, we can't afford it, so never mind. Michael, you got your hopes up. Well, we might be able to after fighting some battles here. Although I doubt if this rebellion battle is going to give us enough to do it. Okay, all we have is a Herald of Khorne and some Chaos Warhounds. Pretty simple. Even though we don't have a particularly good army here, I don't foresee this being a difficult battle, but we're still going to fight it manually because that's what we do on this channel. Decisive victory. We'll give the Scarecrow banner to... Honestly, nobody needs it. We're going to give it to Yin. Yin, I don't want you disintegrating and getting wounded again. Let's go ahead. May as well look at the battlefield. Obviously, they've got all the speed on their side, but they are entirely melee. So they're going to have to come towards us anyway. Let's fight it. Alright, so now they will probably try to come from the flanks. So what we're going to do is we're going to do two... You know what, I might as well just use like squares. Or at least not super wide position deployments here. So let's go ahead and just kind of do it like this. So we've got both flanks covered. We've got the front and the back. So it doesn't matter which direction they come from. We are going to be able to throw our grenades. And then Yin, are you on foot? No, you're flying. I don't know why I couldn't see that at first. We'll go ahead and use Yin to pull them towards us. And do a little bit of damage to them in the process. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Take it, and you know what, Yin? Go ahead and do your Locus of Contagion. You don't even have to land. You can just sort of hover around them, doing damage. For 2 more seconds. There you go. Alright, so as I said, these guys are going to try to flank us. Looks like these guys might come from the front. That's fine, either way. I could also do some rancid visitations on the enemy lord. These guys are just kind of staying still. Let's see if I can do this.
From their fragile neck.
That worked pretty well. Yeah, and you have no kills yet, but you've done almost 4,000 points of damage. Here we go. Here come the grenades. They are entering grenade range. These guys are going to get annihilated. Okay. These guys right here look like they're going to hit us on this side, so we're going to go ahead and start moving around like this. We'll move you over this way. And you guys like that. Alright. We've taken an actual little bitty tiny bit of damage. There's no real good place to do our Blight Boil. We'll go ahead and do another... No, I don't really have a great angle to do that either. We will ransom visitations. The enemy lord. You need to pull back. I'm going to end up doing too much damage to you. Try to hit him. Okay. Alright guys, never mind. Don't worry about your grenades. You're just going to do friendly fire. Alright, let's go ahead and get all three of you on the enemy lord. Yen, you as well. I don't really see any reason why not. Should not take long here. And you managed to somehow take damage. How did that happen? Can I not? I cannot afford the overcast. Wow. Alright, well, it looks like I'll just cast a regular one then. This might as well give this guy his couple of points back. Alright, anyway, I think at this point we can end the battle. Alright, they were not wiped out, so we'll have to run them down and wipe them out, but that's fine. We'll take... I'm kind of tempted to take the favor, actually. At this point, our money situation is looking pretty bleak. It's got a Scepter of Stability out of it. We'll take it. And then we're going to go ahead and finish them off. Let me save the game. just in case there's a crash.
Dominance through decay.
Let's go ahead and give you Blessed by Blight. That's good.
Adapt or die.
And one of our exalted heroes got a Agent Herald here. You're actually supposed to be a field agent. You're not supposed to be inside an army. That's fine. I got you some experience anyway.
Closing the distance.
I'll get you a little bit more here. This one I will go ahead and auto-resolve. There's no reason to fight the exact same battle all over again, only even more one-sided. And we'll take a little bit... I could do this just for the casualty replenishment rate, but I don't really need to. I've got one unit that actually needs any significant replenishment, so we'll take the favor again. And I'm curious now, do I have 2 turns of reduced campaign movement range? Yes, I do. Okay. That's fine.
Their deaths were certain.
Alright. And Yin, you got a level. Okay.
Victory.
Looks like, I guess it's worthwhile to continue to level up your Assassinate. And who do we want to give? Let's go ahead and give you that enchanted ruby. That ruby ring of ruin. And I'm never going to use this Scepter of Stability. I'm probably not going to use these either, although they at least give passive benefits. Actually, so does the Scepter of Stability. I was thinking of maybe doing some fusing here, but I'll worry about that later. I'll do that when I'm not recording sometime, so I can take my time and not worry about boring everybody to tears. Okay, let's go ahead and give you hard to hit. And we're up to 4,000, but it's still not going to be enough to level up our settlements. Cultist of Nurgle, I want you over here. I just want to keep tabs on Malachi's armies. There's Malachi himself. Yeah, actually come down here. Let's keep tabs on Malachi himself. He looks like he is pushing southward, doesn't it? Well, we'll find out over the intern, I suppose. Bilgefoot, you're gonna raid. Let's just make sure we are still in Varg camp, okay? So we're gonna raid. That's gonna satisfy a message from God here, okay? Plus it's gonna give us an extra 259, plus it's really gonna make Throgg angry at us. So, win-win-win. Epidemius, you are losing Winds of Magic. You're going to go full speed. We probably want to bring you around this way. This Monolith of Flesh, would we perhaps want to establish a colony there? Possibly. We'll give ourselves the option of doing that. Anyway, we'll definitely head in that direction. And next turn, you could attack this sea encounter. Okay. And you're even getting a replenishment right here. Nice. Okay. Pain the Infectious, you are staying where you are. You're providing some public order benefit by being in the Fetid Catacombs. That's fine. Dirk, I want to keep moving you this way. Whatever the fastest way over there is. We've got lots and lots of infections now. We could definitely start dropping some more, creating some more plagues. Is that it for our armies and heroes? It looks like it is. So let's come back here
I've got frost
to Bilgefoot,
sores.
and let's create a Plague Cultist. And we'll send him down this way. That would be right there. That would be a good location for a plague. Could spread from there. So, with all these symptoms... Oops. Sorry, I bumped my microphone. I know that's loud when I do that. Okay, let's go ahead and give... Of course, Nurgle Corruption is a good one. Reducing their growth could be good. Construction time for buildings reduction, that could be good. Let's reduce their growth, why not? Particularly if it reaches the dwarfs, that'll be very annoying for dwarfs. Potentially. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to increase the spread and increase the duration. We're up to 450, that's okay, we have plenty. Summon a cultist.
One disease will come many.
And we are going to send him down. Oh, he's 3 turns away. I could just hit Varg Camp. And hope it spreads from there. Let's do that.
Destruction shall.
Okay. Throgg is probably really unhappy with us now. I don't think that he's gotten the diplomatic penalty yet for us raiding. I don't think that'll happen until over the end turn, but by next turn he's really going to be angry. Bilgefoot and Epidemius. Bilgefoot, you need the reduction in upkeep, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, where is it? Oh, I don't see where it is now. Right there it is. Yeah, I can't do that for another turn. Okay, we'll save it for next turn then. And let's check out our buildings here. I think what I need to do more than anything is save up enough money for this. So we need 14,000 favor. So unless I have a super high priority, well, right here. High priority. Build the money maker here down in Palace of Princes. Other than that, is this a money maker? It is. We'll do that as well. Well, we just burned through a lot of our money. It is what it is. Let's just see, maybe somebody wants to give us money for no reason. Nope. No one wants to give us money even for a reason. Let's go ahead and just double check here. I want to take a look at Throgg. How likely is it that he's going to declare war on me? Okay. It says it's still improving, but it has not counted the raiding against us yet. It is counting the trespasses against us, and it's counting the hero actions against us, but that's actually not as much as I thought it might be. Okay, it's fine. I think we're going to, well, let's do our research here. So I got this all taken care of. This one right here is what I just finished. In 3 turns, we could do fleshy growths, armor, and melee attack. And then we get Rot, Glorious Rot, which is a nice one. And then we're going to get that. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, cult upgrade, we're not going to do that. And I think, oh, we're up to 12, okay. We need 20 to get to Epidemical, which would be quite nice, but I'm happy with Rampant. Yeah, honestly, not that huge of a difference. Does this just do more damage? No, it does the same amount of damage. 2 uses, range of 50 meters. One use range. Why is this worse? Summons a great unclean one. Summons a spawn and Nurgle. That's why. Okay. All right. Whatever. Let's go ahead and do another end turn here. We're only halfway through. Pain the Infectious got Supervisor, just what I wanted. Except I wanted it for Bilgefoot, not for Pan. That's fine. Okay. This is promising. All right, Malachi. I'm less interested in this army, and I'm more interested in Malachi himself. Here we go. He's moving back to the north, okay. I would like to see a... Ooh, interesting. Okay, he's counter-attacking the Chaos Dwarfs here. I would like to see a confrontation between Malachi and his army versus Epidemius and his army 1v1. It's going to be hard to rig that, though. Alright, so Malachi is still looking pretty strong, but we're seeing some interesting action up here. And we're about to join it. A couple turns away. Supervisor, very good. Mission successful. Mission from... A message from God. Very good, okay. We're up to 13 on our tally. The Folly of Malefex got... That's good, okay, we'll take it. Mission successful. Upgrade any settlement building to level 5. I must have already had one leveling up and had forgotten about it. Okay, that's good. We'll take that as well. We got ourselves a Ranger's Quiver from that, and a Charmed Shield, and a Ranger's Axe. Blood Mountain. Okay. Yep. Okay. Great Blight Oak. That is the, here in the Silver Tower of Sorcerers. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I captured this Dark Fortress at level 4. That made it very easy to level it up. Very nice indeed. Okay, and lots more places to build. But priority number 1 is going to be to probably build up the income building here. This is going to give us an extra 150 per turn. Actually, it's going to give us an extra 180 per turn because of the buff. 180 per turn, so we're looking at a little bit more than 20 turns of a payoff. That's okay, we'll do it. Alright, and then your public order is back to being under control for the moment. But that won't last long. We're going to take this agent back out. This is a little... I don't want to say frustrating exactly, but it's a little out of character for Archaon. This is a kind of a quirk, I guess, of campaign AI tweaks. But Archaon is not going to war with anybody. And he doesn't really seem like a peacemonger, does he? He's quite strong. He's got 6 armies here that look like they're pretty strong. They're almost entirely 20 stacks. Only one of them is not. And yet... I guess it's because he doesn't border a potential enemy. Well, he borders us. So it's probably as likely that he's going to go to war with us as anything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to assume that he's going to go to war with us at some point. So we just want a little bit of advanced warning when that happens. It feels like it's probably been at least 10 turns, though, since we made peace with him. We're going to move a Zubor. No, I'm gonna leave him where he is. Actually, I'm gonna move him up to the border here, but I don't want to put him inside the settlement. That would help with the public order a little bit, but I want him to be close enough to still react to anything down here. So that's fine. Now, like I said, I want you to keep an eye on Malachi, but I also want to keep an eye on what's going on over here.
The march of despair.
No other armies to discover. He does have... He still has some hobgoblins in his army there. Is there anything I could do to that army? Nope. Okay. Well, I'm kind of hoping to see another battle right here over the end turn. Okay. Bilgefoot. Let's go ahead and give you your skill up here. You can have... Do I want to give you another rank of Chaos Gladiator? No. No, that's an incremental improvement. I think it makes more sense for you to get Blade Shield for now. And what I'm going to do... Yeah, we'll give you that Charm Shield. That works. You've already got a weapon, but let's find somebody else to give the axe to. Oh, wait a minute. No, the Ranger's Axe is good for missile units. Well, it's good for both. Okay. We'll give it to you. And... Oh, no, not you. You're my field agent. I don't want you to have it. You're a field agent as well. Okay, somewhere you can have it. And what else? We've got the Ranger's Quiver. This is what's good for ranged, and we have no ranged heroes, so we just need to combine it then with... Let's combine it with the other Trickster Shard here. See what we get. I had no idea that could happen. Scrap. Does that happen when there's nothing? Nothing to... oh, didn't mean to do that. Does that happen when there's nothing to upgrade it to? I'll bet it does. So we'll take 1,000 in salvage for it. Okay. Well, whatever. Not exactly what I wanted, but I'm glad that happened, so I now know that can happen. Because I had no idea. Alright, before we move Bilgefoot, we're going to go ahead and do this right here with Epidemius. Should be... I'm hoping it turns into a battle, but it may not. It doesn't. Okay. I think we'll take Farsight here. 1,500 favor and favorable wins. We'll take the campaign movement range increase for sure.
I've got frost in my...
And we'll keep moving you this way.
I need ink! Bring me more ink!
I've never heard him say that before. He said, I need ink, bring me more ink.
Pick at the flesh of the dead.
He probably has said it a million times and I just never paid attention before. Okay. Alright, now, Bilgefoot. I could just keep raiding, or I could come down this way and do some raiding down here. I want to see how much Throgg is reacting to us raiding.
rule.
-9 for that. It's probably not worth it to keep raiding. So what we're gonna do instead, we'll give you
Rots and
channeling stance for the moment, and we'll move you down this way. Dirk. Let's get you headed this way as well. Pan the Infectious, you already got your, what is this called again? It's called Supervisor. How can I forget that as many times as I do? Alright, this is still going to take forever for these Marauder Horsemen to get replenished. Public Order is there any real benefit? Yeah, there's a growth benefit to trying to get the Public Order up, so we'll leave him inside the settlement for now. You're staying there. You are already where I want you. You're where I want you. You have already moved. You have already moved. And you have already moved. Okay. Back then to our settlements. We have 5,300. Palace of Princes is going to do that. We're going to leave this. We have 5 more turns of Flaccid Skin going here. I'm already building up what I need to for sure here, but we could start to build other buildings, but I want to save up a little bit of money before I spend it all again. So I think that's probably going to do it. Tell you what I do want to do, though. Could do the growth. Nah, not going to worry about it. What I do want to do is see... Okay, I could do a lot more heroes. Now that I realize I could establish cults, and with the time delay that's based on the individual hero instead of on the faction, there's really no reason to not do more of this. So we're going to take 2 of you. You need a new name, and your name will be Agent Heinz Leonardus. And you could stay on your... no. Is it... Okay. Is this going to be any cheaper if I take him off the steed? We're at 937.
Is a blessing.
We're at 937, so it does not matter. I guess maybe it doesn't matter unless you're in an army. I don't know. Anyway, you get your skills. We're going to give you Wound, Specialist, and Specialist. And that's 1, and you can head...
Blessings upon you.
Probably... Wait a minute, where are you? Oh, I definitely recruited him at the wrong spot. Dummy. Okay. Can I recruit here? Yes, I can. Okay. Infectious. Infection cost to create a plague is -10. This or repellent. I'm going to go infectious here, and I'm going to start spreading plagues into Valkia's territory, and she's going to hate me for it. And I kind of don't mind. Again, you're an agent. And do the same thing with you. Wound, Specialist, Specialist. Okay. Alright, that's good. Hurts our income a little bit, but you gotta spend money to make money, and we need more cults. I think we're probably ready for another... I'm going to check diplomacy here, and then we're going to be ready for another end turn. Apologize for the lack of major battles in this episode so far, but... You know, I'm just too good of a strategist. I've outmaneuvered my enemies too effectively. Let's see. Do we want to drop another plague? Yes, yes. Bilgefoot. Where are you at, Bilgefoot? Bilgefoot, you need this. And we'll go ahead and give you this as well. And we'll save that for a settlement. So we'll give you this as well. And we're going to increase the duration for 315 plagues, infections. And I don't really care if it spreads to any enemies, really, so we're just going to do it, leave it at that. There we go. That saves us some money. Okay. Back to diplomacy, like I said. Did I do this already? I probably did it subconsciously without even thinking about it. All right, let's go ahead and do another intern here. Okay, so that's not really a major battle between Astrogoth and Malachi, but it's kind of promising to see that Astrogoth at least feels strong enough to stay up there and continue harassing Malachi. I think that's probably good for us, as long as Astrogoth does not declare war on us. All right. Malachi, he's kind of picking on Throgg here, which is why I wasn't too worried about annoying Throgg. But he's not really doing anything to counter Astrogoth. Yep, Throgg looking pretty weak. Running away from Malachi, and I can't say I blame him. Okay. Authoritarian, that's good. We'll take that. Defeat Scoff Stronghold. Well, if he's still around, we'll try to, but he's got a pretty small army right now. That's curious. Okay, I'm going to start skipping those settlement receives plague. People are probably tired of seeing that. All right, so Rot Beast here for you. That's good. We'll take that. And war declared between Elithanar and the Hmong tribe. And also Valkia. Okay, interesting. Valkia's got her hands full all of a sudden, doesn't she? That is not going to be an easy war for her. Let's take a look at her situation here. She's pretty strong still. She has 16 settlements. She suddenly likes us a lot more now. But yeah, being at war with Elithanar is pretty strong, and also is allied. Well, no, that's the sisters, but Flame Gullet's not that big of a deal. How strong are the sisters? Sisters are pretty strong as well. Okay. Alright. I was not aware that the Wood Elves, because they're the in-game crisis, I was not aware that they could have alliances with other races, and apparently they can. I didn't think they could do diplomacy at all. Alright, so if I put you in regular stance, you cannot... You cannot colonize this turn. But you'll be in position to do it next turn if we choose to. Nope, okay. Alright, at least we're getting some Winds of Magic here. You get a skill up. I'm going to leave you on the Rot Beast. That's fine. Chaos Strategist. This increases our casualty replenishment rates by only 1%, though. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. We're going to finish Blade Shield, and then we'll do Deadly Onslaught. Okay. But Epidemius now, we're pretty close. In fact, if I do colonize that, we will have a border with Malachi. And quite frankly, that suits me fine. That will become our base of operations to launch offensives either eastward or southward. And anyway, we can also continue to come down this way. There's Wulfric. Okay. Probably wouldn't hurt me to do some scouting over here before I move any further. Where is Malachi himself? I lost track of Malachi. Okay, that's not good. You don't want to lose track of Malachi. Let me just make sure, first of all, that he's not up here, headed towards the Monolith of Flesh. Okay, I would be able to see him by now if he were. So instead, we'll start moving over this way. And meanwhile, I could take one of you and move you in this direction and try to scout ahead a little bit as well. Is that that's Malachi? Okay. All right. This is interesting now. That is not an army that I want Bilgefoot to confront. So he might want to stay right here next to Doomkeep.
Let the frostbite get infected.
As long as Malachi is at war with both of us, if he were to attack us here, Doomkeep would reinforce us. So I think that's the plan until we see where Malachi goes. Now, I want you in the water. Whatever the fastest way to start moving this way is. I want to start spreading some cults with you, and also I could do it with you as well.
The sea will transmit his rot.
I don't really see a reason not to. Okay, the Monolith of Catan, that could be a good place to have a cult. 2,000, holy cow, I didn't realize it was that expensive. Okay, time to rethink this. The cults that we have, where... There's our cult right there, okay. We're getting 5 infections per turn, and if I'm not going to do anything more than that, I probably don't really want to be spreading. Ooh, hello. Instantly transports your faction leader to this settlement. I should think about stuff like that. I could also generate pretty good income over here if it does increase the discoverability, though. But that's what I should be doing. This is probably more valuable now than this one. Casualty replenishment rate, plague duration, Nurgle corruption, Nurgle corruption. I think this one is the way to go for future cults, but we need to make sure that it's also going to have a plague on it. And that's the tricky part. Okay. That's fine. I'm not going to spend 2,000. Oh, you do have a plague, and you'll have a plague for 5 turns. That's 1,500, so that would almost pay for itself. Let's do it. And I can keep plagues going over here. So we're going to go ahead and build this. It's going to be 300 per turn. Starting next turn. Okay. All right, now. And you have a 15-turn exhaustion. Pan the Infectious, you're fine. Agent Kurt Blaze. We need to spread occult. Maybe here? Maybe a little farther. The Frozen City, maybe. In any case, we'll start heading this way. Okay, how am I doing on time here? Oh, I'm out of time. Let me just finish the moving of our armies and heroes. You can stay there. Public order here is break even now. That military crackdown is going to keep diminishing, though, so this is going to start going negative again soon. What we really need is more Nurgle corruption. Yes, we do. We need more Nurgle corruption. We need we need a cult over there in that province, probably. Is everybody else moved? I believe so. Okay. Let's then do our settlements. We only have 2,600. Okay. Alright, so we're going to wind this up here. We'll start the next episode with an end turn. We should be getting better money, though. We've got more money buildings coming online here very soon. I'm not going to... I could do another advanced military building because it takes infections. Where are our great unclean ones? Right there they are. Let's do it. Let's get this started. We have the infections to spare. Okay. Alright, then I think we're in pretty good shape overall. As long as we continue to be in control of when and where we go to war. It's worked for us so far this campaign. Alright, anyway, as always, appreciate the feedback that you guys have been giving me. Let me know if you want me to do something that is completely different than what I've been doing here, and I will take it into consideration. But in any case, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next episode.